My name is Callie the Kid, and today I will teach you guys how to start a clothing brand. And for those of you guys who do not know me, I'm 19 years old. As you can see, I just got myself a nice high-rise apartment. I graduated high school a few months ago, and I have a clothing brand which is called Grail Locker. And as you can see, this is my Shopify plaque of over 10,000 orders. And right now, at the time of recording this video, I'm at 19,000 orders. So I am working my way up so that way I can get the 100K order plaque. And then also, sitting on my lap right here, just a few orders, just a few orders. This is about 100 orders right here. So yeah, I really do this. I don't preach what I don't do. I preach what I do, all right? So make sure you watch all the way through this video. Do not skip, because if you skip, you're gonna miss out on some good, juicy, beefy information. So do not skip. But before we get into the video, please make sure that you have a piece of paper, you have a notebook, and you have a pen or a pencil, it doesn't matter. Make sure that you guys take notes, because I'm gonna be giving you guys a lot of information. So please, please, please make sure that you are retaining the information by writing it down. I don't want you to have to, I'm not telling you to write a whole paragraph. No, little bullet points, that's fine. But please make sure that you're writing this down. It could be on your iPad, on your phone, on your laptop, on a piece of paper, on your notebook, anything is fine. But let's go ahead and get into the video. So I have been running my clothing brand, which is called Grail Locker. I'll put it on screen right here, for about 4 years now. And when I first started my brand, I wasn't big, I had no clue what I was doing, and I did not have a lot of money. A lot of people think, oh, I need $5,000 to start a clothing brand. Oh, I need 10 years of experience. Oh, it needs to be perfect. Oh my gosh. All those things, right? Neither of those objections are true at all. And let me explain why, okay? Give me a second. I started reselling shoes, and this was about middle school time frame. Middle school to so 8th grade to 10th grade, I was reselling shoes. So from middle school to my sophomore year of high school, I believe I was reselling shoes in that time period, right? And I ran up about $10,000 in my bank account. But at the time, remember, I'm a freshman in high school at the time, right? $10,000, of course it's gonna burn a hole in my pocket, my bad. And as you can see, I made some very bad decisions. Well, I'm not gonna say terrible decisions, but I spent a lot of money on shoes and clothes at the time. Bape, Supreme, all those brands were pretty popping back then, but I spent a lot of money on stuff I shouldn't have spent it on. So I ended up draining my whole entire bank account basically. And at that time, kind of sneaker reselling, it was starting to fall off. So my profit margins kind of started to slow down. My sales kind of slowed down as well, because I started focusing on this spending instead of focusing on building the business. I was too focused on the spending and trying to flex and all that, right? So my bank account ended up going all the way down to about $232. So I remember this day like it was yesterday. I remember sitting at the living room computer, and I was just thinking hey, what am I gonna do? I don't have any money in my bank account. The only thing I can do is just literally sell my personal shoes. That was my last resort option, or sell some of my hoodies, right? So I had a choice to make. Either I figured some shit out, or I had to sell my stuff. And I went to Alibaba. And at the time, because I was reselling shoes and I was selling clothes as well, I was like, sneakerheads, they want something to put into their shoes, so that way they can change the look of it, so they're not wearing the same thing as everybody else, right? So I had the brilliant idea to start selling custom shoelaces. If you guys don't know what shoelaces are, here you go, right here. I don't have them on me currently. They're at my parents' house still, but I sold shoelaces. I'll put a video or a picture on screen right here if I can find something. I should be able to. But I was going crazy. Right? So we're reselling shoes and clothes, but my bad spending habits caught up to me. I went on Alibaba and I ordered some shoelaces. I remember I took the last $232 in my bank account, and I just took the risk and I bought some shoelaces. And guess what? It worked out. It worked out in my favor. Now let me explain what happened. So I ordered the shoelaces. I waited about 3-4 weeks, right, for them to come in. And then when they came in, I got straight to promoting, because at the time, I already had an audience built up. I think I had about 20,000 followers or so like that, 20, 30, 40,000 followers on TikTok, but Instagram only had 2,000 followers, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, I had a little bit of an audience already built up, so from reselling shoes, and then also posting my outfit of the day videos. So as soon as I got those shoelaces in, I got straight to promoting on my business page and then also my personal page. And I was posting 3 videos a day across both of those accounts. So 6 videos a day total, right? So I ended up doing that. They did pretty good. I remember hitting my first $100 a day in sales, $300, $400, $500, $600, right? And I just kept doing this for months and months on end, right? And I started selling different design shoelaces and stuff like that, right? I went crazy. I was running up the bag, like I said. So I ended up making about $32,000 in a month from selling shoelaces, guys. Like, it was absolutely insane. But I got to a point, once again, this is about my sophomore year's high school, right? Hey, I'm making good money, but my profit margins, do I really want to sell shoelaces for the rest of my life? The profit margins are very slim because I cannot sell a pair of shoelaces for $100, right? So I made the decision. I'm gonna start selling clothes. So then boom, I started selling beanies, flopped. I started selling hoodies, flopped. Down the drain, money down the drain. They flopped, they did terrible. Nobody bought them, right? The designs were I'll put it on the screen if I can find them, which I should be able to. So I'll put the products right here. But basically, the products, they flopped. But eventually, I had the brilliant idea to start selling necklaces. All right, so as you guys can see, these are just some of my necklaces. I sell a whole bunch. So actually, I'm gonna take you over to my my little office area and show you guys some of that inventory that I have on hand. All right, boys, so we are currently in the office area, and as you can see, I have all my inventory over here. Boom, I have my hoodies all over here. And then also I have all of the boxes right here. These are all full of hoodies, look. So these are all, like, all this right here. This is about like $35,000 in hoodies. And then here are my necklaces over here. As you can see, I have them stockpiled for months on end. So I'm chilling, look at that. They're stacked almost to the roof. So, and then business cards, custom packaging, t-shirts that I need to get sold because I'm trying to make space for my new inventory that I have coming in these next like few weeks or so. But if you guys do want to go support the business, it's GrowLocker.com. Put it on screen right here once again. Get you a hoodie, get you a shirt, and then also get you a necklace as well. But I'll catch you guys back in the living room. Okay, so now that you guys can see my little office area, so I started selling necklaces and they went absolutely insane. I'll put the screenshot right here. I made a little bit over $123,000 in a month. The screenshot I'm gonna show you is just Shopify. I was also selling on TikTok Shop as well. So both of that combined, it resulted in like over $123,000 in 1 month. And keep in mind, this was my junior year of high school at this time. So I was sitting in class and I made $123,000. Keep in mind, this is pretty much like 80% profit, right? Because I mainly do organic. That's the thing with me. I like organic marketing because you get to express yourself, you get to just text videos, see what works, see what doesn't work, and understand like what the algorithm thinks a viral video is, right? Basically, I just ended up going crazy with that, and then now I'm where I'm at currently. I started off small and I kept growing, reinvesting, and then that's how I got to this point as to where I'm at currently. So now I sell hoodies, flannels, everything that you could ever imagine. I'll put them up right here on screen, all the pieces that I sell now. So all that just goes to show, guys, hold it down. That's all I'm gonna say, hold it down. I know in the beginning things are not gonna be glamorous and cool and shiny and flashy, whatever, but you know, along the way, pain is gonna result in growth. You know, I started off really small. I didn't start off by making $10,000 in a month. No, I started off very, very small by selling shoelaces, right? But, you know, just put in that work, put in the time, put in the energy. So now I'm gonna teach you guys how to actually start a business. I just wanted to kind of tell my backstory, and now I'm averaging about $30,000 to $40,000 a month with my brand. So we're doing pretty good numbers. I definitely do want to start growing and scaling. Just a basic rundown. I'm gonna start running more ads, and then also I'm gonna be sending it out to way more influencers. So if you do want a model for my brand, send me a DM on Instagram, Cali the Kid or GrowLocker, whichever account, or a comment. No, don't comment. I want to see your Instagram. So you have a following, whatever, just hit me up, right? But how do you scale your business? How do you start your business? And let's get into that right now. So first, I'm gonna break this down like what I tell my students, right? Because I do have a mentorship program if you are interested in that. First link in the bio. But what I tell my students when we hop on the call, right? They get accepted into our mentorship program. And then the first thing that I kind of ask them when they hop on the call, let's say they're a complete beginner, is, hey, do you have the name of your brand established yet? And if they say yes, cool. If they say no, well, one thing you can easily do, first of all, do not rush this process. I tell my students this all the time. Do not rush this process. Please take your time. If you do not know the name of your brand, do not just throw something on the wall and hope it sticks. No, take your time with this because this is your brand. This is something that's personal to you. Do not rush this process. This is like rushing to build the foundation of a house. If you rush this process, the house is gonna fucking fall in like 5 days, right? Take your time with this, all right? And if you could not think of like what to name your brand, I tell my students, hey, use ChatGPT a little bit. I'm not saying take ChatGPT's advice every single time. Use ChatGPT. It's an assistant, right? It's there to help you brainstorm, right? Ask it to give you some brand name ideas, and then you can kind of weasel through the ones you like and don't like, and write it down and tweak them up a little bit. Change the letterings, add some letters in there, add some numbers, change the spelling, move some stuff around, add an adjective in front of it or something like that. I don't know. Just tweak stuff. Use ChatGPT for the foundation, and then you go in there and you just kind of polish it up, right? So if you cannot think of a brand name, just go on ChatGPT or go on Instagram, go on TikTok, and look at the other brands. Kind of get an idea as to what their name is and kind of base something around that. I'm not saying go copy there. Like if my name is Brand Locker, if my name is Grail Locker, your brand name should not be, let's just say, Grail Locker 1. No, your brand name should be something different. Maybe like, I don't know, Fashion Locker, something like that, right? That's still kind of very close to mine, but I don't know, just switch it up a little bit, right? You get what I'm trying to say. So just use ChatGPT, use your resources, and just use your brain, right? And then the next step, what I tell my students is, what kind of products do you want to sell? Do you want to sell athletic wear? Do you want to sell streetwear? You need to understand that before you start designing and before you start talking to manufacturers. What niche do you want to target? Because you need to target a specific niche. If you sell to everybody, you sell to nobody. So once you understand what niche you want to target, what specific person you want to talk to, then that's when we move on to the next step. So to make things simple, let's say you want to sell streetwear products, right? So kind of like my brand, Supreme, Spider, Babe, you know those brands, right? Streetwear culture, okay? Gallery Department, Denim Tears, Spider, I already said Spider. So brands like that, right? Streetwear, okay? Now what you want to do, what product do you want to sell? Do you want to sell hoodies, t-shirts? Do you want to sell socks, right? It's all 100% up to you. There's no right answer to this. It's whatever product you want to sell. Like I said, the brand is your brand. This is not our brand. This is not the community's brand. It's not the neighborhood's clothing brand. No, it's your brand, your business, your interests, your likes, your dislikes, your hobbies, whatever, right? So let's just say, let's keep it simple once again. You want to have a streetwear brand and you want to start selling hoodies. Okay, good. Now, before you finalize that, understand what season are you in. So right now, at the time we're recording this video, it's currently August. So you should start selling, like if you have a clothing brand, you should start making hoodies, right? Because it's gonna start getting cold. And then also the manufacturer, she or he takes like a month to make the product. So you're probably not gonna get it to like next month. And then next month is gonna be fall, right? So we need to be preparing for winter. So keep in mind the season. So let's say it's June. We're not gonna be making hoodies in June, right? So just keep in mind the season, okay? Let's say December. We're not gonna be really making t-shirts in December, right? So just hold off on that, right? Just hold it for the summer, okay? Just hold on for a second, right? Hold on. So keep in mind please keep in mind the season. So you should not be making hoodies in the summer. You can do it, but I recommend that you don't. If you want to get more sales in the beginning, stick to the season that you're in. So if it's fall, start focusing on hoodies, flannels, coats maybe. Coats is a little bit early, but you can start making jackets, whatever. So pants, especially joggers. So please do not start making jorts and t-shirts and tank tops when it's December and January. It's too early for that, okay? It's still all I want for Christmas is you season, all right? So just hold off on that, all right? So once we have all that established, let's say at the time of recording, you wanna have a streetwear brand, you wanna start selling hoodies, and then it's currently like August. Okay, good, sounds good, right? Everything's all good. You can start making hoodies now because by the time you get it, it's gonna be like September time frame, and you're probably not gonna drop it till like later September, early October maybe. So that's perfect actually. All right, so now what I'll tell you guys is, I know some of you guys do not know how to design, so there's no worries with that. I'm gonna show you an easy method as to how to get a designer if you do not know how to design your own product. First of all, I want to say this, all my students, they have access to a whole bunch of designers in here. So yeah, if you are a part of my community, good job, man. But if you're not a part of my community, make sure you join right there. First link down below, have every single resource you would ever need. But for everybody else, you're going to take yourself to Instagram. Hold on, Instagram, boom. So if you guys go on Instagram and type in .std, as you can see, there's a whole bunch of designers on here. Literally, just click this and bro said follow back. So as you can see, there's a lot of designers that already do like pre-made designs on Instagram. So you do not have to worry about that. And then also click that little plus right there. And then look at this, so many more designers for days. Look at this, they can create logos for you. They can create t-shirts for you. They can create everything for you that you would ever need. Look at all these designers right here. See, click that little plus and then scroll. Look, scroll, 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 scroll. So many designers, guys. Let me try to find another one right here. Look, design for sale. See, there's so many designers. Look, so ooh, I kind of like this. Hold on, it's kind of clean. But yeah, you guys do not have to worry about, like, if you do not know how to design, do not worry, because look at this. There's so many designers on Instagram. So once you find a designer, literally be like, yo, let me buy that design. He'll be like, all right, bet, just PayPal me. And it might be like 50 bucks for a hoodie or something like that, right? And once he makes that, then you can send it over to your manufacturer. So if you want to make clothes, here's the website. I know some of you guys don't know, but it is called alibaba.com. And this is pretty much where everybody goes to get all their stuff made. Big businesses, small businesses, medium businesses, all types of businesses. So once you go in here, just type in, look, hoodie, look, type in streetwear, t-shirt, hoodie, look at that right there. Type in streetwear hoodie, and then you can find yourself a manufacturer. Sit here and scroll, but make sure you guys are looking at the reviews. Please, please, please look at the reviews. See how many years they're in business for, and then also look at those reviews right there and see how many reviews they have as well. Just because they have a 5-star and 1 review does not mean they're good. So just take in mind all that stuff right there, and yeah, just pretty much talk to the manufacturer. Be like, yo, this is my design. Send a picture of it and order a sample. Make sure you guys order a sample. Do not order bulk first. Order a sample. But as you can see, all these manufacturers. So you're gonna talk to your manufacturer, order a sample, right? And a sample might cost what, 100 bucks, something like that, 120, 130, 140, right? And at the time of recording this video, I don't really know what's going on with tariffs. I think they went away for right now, so you should be in the green if you're watching this right now. But yeah, you're gonna order a sample and you're gonna wait for like a month, whatever. And once you get that sample in, then it's game time. It's time to go. First of all, you need to set up social media accounts for your business. So on TikTok and then also Instagram as well. Make sure you already have that done. And then also, where are you gonna sell your products at? I use Shopify. I'll put the link like right here on screen. You guys can use my little referral code. I'll give you a Shopify plan for only $1. So that way you only have to pay $1 for a month for using Shopify. So that way the regular plan is like usually like 30 bucks a month. But with my link right here that I'll put in the description and also on screen, you can get that for 1 month for $1 instead of having to spend like 30 bucks or 40 bucks, however much the plan is. So I'm here to save you money as well. All right. So once you have your Shopify set up, all that good stuff, as you can see, here's my website right here. Nothing fancy smanchy, graillocker.com. Here's my logo right here in the corner. And then as you can see, we're doing a sale currently. I sell flannels, necklaces, a whole bunch of necklaces, right? Wallet chains, everything under the sun. Here are my hoodies right here, sweatsuits, everything, right? And then also make sure you have a review right here or a little section for happy customers so they can put their reviews in here. That works like a charm. And yeah, just create a nice little simple website. And then also make sure you have your email and SMS set up. So that way when people go to your website, they can enter in their email and then also their phone number. So that way, once drop day comes, they'll get a text message and then also they'll get an email as well. So yeah, just make sure you have a nice little simple website set up. It doesn't have to be anything crazy, just something that gets the job done, right? So once you get your sample in, exactly what I tell my students is that you need to go balls to the wall, pause. You need to go crazy, right? You need to go all in. Once you receive that sample, I want you to start posting 2 to 4 videos a day. And that is on Instagram and then also on TikTok. So what I do is I post 3 videos on TikTok and I literally save them and just post it over to Instagram. So that way I don't have to think of 3 fresh new video ideas. No, just post and then save and then just post it over on Instagram. It's super fucking simple. It's not hard at all, right? So once you do that, then what you wanna do, get your friends, family, sister, dog, pet fish, get everybody to model and take pictures in your brand. And so that way people can start seeing how the clothes fit. They can start seeing people wearing it, you know, like life, day in the life, stuff like that, right? They can start seeing like the lifestyle built around your brand. And that's super duper important. When you guys start a clothing brand, you want to sell a lifestyle, you want to sell a story. You do not want to sell a product, right? The reason why you guys buy Louis Vuitton, Gucci is because they sell a lifestyle. They sell a story to you. You're not just going in there and buying the Louis Vuitton because, oh, they're cool. No, you want to feel special. You want people to know that you got money, even though they're all coming from the same factory, bro. Those shoes cost like $5. And I'm a consumer myself. I paid like $1,300 for these Ricks. I paid another $1,300 for those. I paid freaking $1,200 for those Louis Vuittons. I'm a consumer. I'm not gonna sit here and lie, but at the end of the day, everything comes from the same factory in China, right? So these cost like what, $3 to make in bulk, but make sure you guys are selling a lifestyle, not a product. Write that down in your notebook, right? When creating content for your brand, please make sure that you're not just standing in front of a blank wall, creating a video. That's boring. We don't care. Whatever you guys have to your advantage, use it. So if you live in Louisiana, if you live in Sydney, Australia, if you live in Jamaica, if you live in Dubai, use that to your advantage. Go to places that people want to visit, right? If you live in like a small town, just go to like a nice location, right? It could be a pond, a forest, somewhere nice. There's nice places all across the world. So I don't want to hear, I live in a small town, there's nowhere for me to take pictures. Dude, every single small town has at least a nice lake, a nice forest, a nice park, somewhere that's nice. Go get content there. Stop standing in front of a blank wall, creating a video. We're tired of that. We want something new, okay? We want something refreshed, something new, something interesting, right? If you have rich parents, use your big ass house. Use their nice ass cars in the driveway. If you live in like downtown, if you live in a forest, I don't know, use everything to your advantage, okay? Create cool content. Don't just create the same content you see on Instagram every single day of people just doing a 360 in front of a wall. We don't care, bro. We want to see something cool. We want to see something different. And bonus tip, if you can, guys, start creating skits. Skits do very, very good. We're tired of like seeing the same videos over and over again, right? If you create a skit, first of all, people watch longer because they want to see the whole thing. And also, it attracts a larger audience because people naturally like watching skits. You know, so just be creative with your marketing, right? Don't just sit there and create the same videos over and over again that we've seen 10,000 times already, right? Because we're tired of seeing the same thing over and over again, okay? Once you guys start posting content for like a month, right? That's like the sweet spot. You're hyping up your drop for a month. So let's say you get the you get a t-shirt in June. You post all of June, 2 to 4 videos a day across TikTok and Instagram. You build up the hype. You get one viral video with like 1 million views. And that way, once drop day comes for July 1st, it's gonna sell out because guess what? You built up that hype, you were being consistently posting. Even if you do not get a viral video, you're gonna get sales because if you post every single day, 2 to 4 videos a day, you're gonna build hype. It doesn't matter if 100 people see it, 200, 300, 400 people see it every single day. Guess what? That's damn near 500,000 views at the end of the month, right? So keep posting. Just do not worry about the views, okay? Just keep posting, all right? Then once you drop, let's say you get 50 orders, okay? And your minimum order quantity, right? The minimum order quantity, MOQ, is usually like 30 to 50 pieces. So what does that mean? It means that your manufacturer requires you to buy 50 t-shirts at least for you guys to proceed with the bulk order. They're not gonna allow you to buy 10 t-shirts. They're not gonna allow you to do that, right? Because they have to profit too. They still have to make their money too. So they have to make it in bulk. So let's say you sell 50 pieces drop day and then you close your website, whatever, right? And your minimum order quantity is 50 pieces. So guess what? You tell your manufacturer, hey, I want 50 pieces. Then what you do, you take the money from your drop and you buy the bulk order. You do not go buy Louis Vuitton. You do not go buy Chrome Hearts. You do not go buy a new car. No, you take that money, you buy the shipping labels, and you pay your manufacturer to make the bulk order. And then whatever profit is left, then you can have a little bit of fun with it. Go buy yourself a nice ice cream. Go buy yourself a little t-shirt, something like that, some socks. I don't know. But do not go spend all your money, okay? Because most people, they do the pre-order method and they just go crazy because they see all this money and they still haven't paid for the bulk order yet. So do not be like that. Please don't be that person. Please make sure you ship out your orders. So you're gonna order your bulk order and then you're gonna keep your customers updated. Hey, the bulk order is being made right now. It'll be done in like 2 weeks, whatever. And then once your manufacturer ships it to you, you receive it, then you put your shipping label on there, you ship it out to the customer. Do not wait, do not lollygag, do not take pictures on the packages, get your orders out immediately, please. And also, this is kind of like a simplified version. I don't want to sit here and like bore you guys with all the information, all the in and outs. If you want the in and outs, make sure that you click the link right there, first link in the description, so that way you can be a part of my mentorship, because then I go in every single thing, deep analysis. I'm talking about deep analysis. I'm talking about in it. I'm talking about in it, right? Bro, what am I saying right now? But I just break every single step down, but I'm trying to keep it simple for YouTube because I know a lot of you guys' attention spans are like cooked, so I'm trying to just like keep it pacing, right? I'm not trying to sit here and talk for like 50 minutes, an hour long, 2 hours long, right? So once you have that shipped out, then what you want to do is do the same thing over and over and over again. Keep investing your money, keep investing it. And just like a little side advice, not every single drop is gonna go crazy. Not every single product is gonna go crazy, right? You're gonna have drops where you only sell like 3 things. In that case, I'll tell you what to do. So let's say you order 50 hoodies and you only sell 10 when you drop. So now you're left with 40 hoodies. What you can do, send 5 out to influencers, get them to post them. Guess what? Another 20 hoodies sold. You can run ads. Guess what? Another 20 hoodies sold. So boom, now you sold out. There's ways to make this happen, guys. It's not just like, you know, oh, my drop flops, I gotta give up. No, it's not like that. There's ways to make it happen if you really want it. And additionally, you guys should be planning out your drops a few months ahead. So let's say right now, you should already have your winter collection already like completed. You should already know what you want to drop during the winter time. So that way you're not doing stuff last minute. If anything happens, you're not going to be behind schedule, whatever. If a delay happens, you're not going to be stressing out. So make sure that you guys have all your designs ready just ahead of time. Do not wait, because if you wait, you're going to get left behind, because you're going to end up in a bad situation where it's going to be June, and by the time you get your bulk order, by the time you order that t-shirt, by the time you order that tank top, it's going to be freaking August, September, right? And it's going to start being cold outside. People are not going to be really buying t-shirts no more. So just please stay ahead of the season. So if it's summertime, you should be preparing for fall. If it's wintertime, you should be preparing for spring. Just prepare ahead of time. I'm pretty sure you guys' parents told you guys this. Prepare ahead. When it's game day, you should have all your stuff ready. Your shoes, your basketball, your clothes, your jersey, all that stuff should already be laid out on the bed ready. When your first day of school, you should already have all your stuff ready to go. Laptop charged, everything, water bottle ready, your lunch ready. All that stuff should be ready. Your outfit laid out, ready to go. So that way when you wake up in the morning, boom, you don't have to think about anything. Everything's already laid out for you and ready to go. You just walk out the door and go to school. Same thing with business. Business is easy, guys. Treat it the same way as playing sports. Treat it the same way as at school, basically. In school, if you study, prepare, put in the time, the effort, the work into your schoolwork. When the test day comes, you're not gonna be stressing. It's gonna be a breeze. Same thing with business. If you guys put in the work, put in the honest work. If you put in the time, the grind, the effort, guess what? Eventually, it's gonna be a breeze. You're gonna be chilling. Right? What I'm gonna say is, when you first start a business, it's always hard in the beginning. But once you get past that beginner stage, once you beat 80% of your competition, that's when it starts to get easy. Now, where I'm at, I'm not saying I'm the top dog, but I am definitely at a higher bracket than most people, right? So I'm pretty much like chilling. Look, I got a freaking crib for my clothing brand. I got my dream car, Hellcat Red Eye. Well, one of my dream cars. I'm not gonna say my dream car. Like, that's not my dream car. That's like my I want to have car. Like, you know, it's like cool to have, right? My dream car is like probably like a Bugatti or something like that, a Lamborghini, a Aventador, SVJ Roadster 63 edition, gin tonic exhaust. That's what I really want for real, right? Boom, just like that, right? I heard one earlier and I almost jumped off the balcony. I was so excited, right? Guys, we just got a sale for $126. So I'm gonna shout out this customer real quick. If you're watching this video, I thank you. Shout out to Michael Gooden. Michael Gooden. Shout out to you, bro. He's paid freaking $120 for my Airwick sweatsuit. So shout out to you. But if you guys want to make this happen, make sure that you click the link right there. If you want to watch my free 10-minute training video on how to start and scale your clothing brand, it's first link right there in the description. I teach my students, and I will teach you as well how to scale your clothing brand, because I've done it myself. As you can see, I have the nice crib, I have the nice cars, I wear the nice clothes, all that good stuff, right? I eat the nice dinners. And if you guys want to do the same and pretty much level up your life, take that step, take that risk, and invest into yourself, make sure to click that first link in the description to get access to my mentorship. And keep in mind, I will not be accepting everybody, because I do offer one-on-one mentorships. That is the difference between me and other like course sellers or mentors or whatever, right? I work with my students one-on-one. So I do 2 one-on-one calls with them every single week for about 2 hours, an hour or 2 hours, however long it takes. Also, I do 2 group calls per week. And also I have every single thing you would need to run your clothing brand. Manufacturers, designers, my Facebook team, my ads manager guy, everything you will ever need. And also, you'll be a part of my community of other clothing brand owners, so that way you need feedback, you need help with anything, they're there for you as well. So with that being said, if you want to take action and scale your brand, first link right there in the description to learn more. And then also before I let you guys go, make sure that you're putting in the work, the time, the effort, and you're not lying to yourself. You're not cheating yourself out, because like what my coach told me when I was playing sports, he can tell who's putting in work after practice. And trust me, when game day comes, you can definitely tell. So you cannot do shit. You cannot do anything. You cannot skip past anything. No, you have to put in that hard, honest work if you really want to make it work out. So with that being said, man, I really do hope this video helped you guys, and I hope you were taking notes, because taking notes is always the best. Like what your teacher told you in class, please take notes, because trust me, there's a reason why your teachers tell you to take notes, so that way you retain the information. Because most people, they do not retain everything I just said based off just listening to the video. They're gonna forget most of it. So by you writing it down, you're kind of engraving it into your brain. You're remembering it more. So that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next video, man. If you want to go shop my brand, growlocker.com, right here on screen. Go follow my Instagram, Cali the Kid, TikTok, Cali the Kid, YouTube, go subscribe, Cali the Kid. And with that being said, love y'all, peace. Man, just put in that work for real. You can make it happen.